All right, for that one guy that's been messaging saying that he's been needing a Tony Chopper deck list, I got you. So I was trying to think of what with the new support, the EB02 that just dropped, what I wanted to take in and take out, and all that jazz. So this is what I'm thinking. Feel free to change things as you please. I'll mention some other stuff that is also playable. I'm always open to suggestions, so just let me know. So, OP8, OP08, Tony Chopper, activate main once per turn. Give up to 3 of your animal or drum kingdom type characters up to 1 rested on card each. So, going through the cards that I am playing, I am running 4 Dr. Kriha. Everyone is going to say, oh yeah, why are you not running Nami's? Nami's is obviously the better searcher, better everything, and I get it. Why I'm running it? I'm just keeping the deck in theme. You're not going to miss in this deck on your searches. I mean, essentially every single card, except for maybe some of your top end, and I use top end very lightly, are you going to ever miss? So this is also a character that you can attach a Rested Dawn to if you're a baller like that. So I'm running 4 Dr. Kriha, and then I'm running 12 2Ks, which I think is, pretty standard for the most part. And the first card that I'm running for the 2Ks, Dr. Hillowook, and I probably butchered the pronunciation on that, forgive me, but he's really good in this deck. One, because he's a 2K, he's searchable, but he also has a good activate main. You can rest the character if your leader is Tony Chopper, which he is. All your Tony Chopper characters gain 2,000 power for the turn. So, towards endgame, this deck just does so good at spamming out bodies. You drop 2 of these and boost them all by, like 2K, and then another 2K, and just a bunch of swings. Pretty good. Next card I'm running, obviously we're a 4 life leader, so we got to protect the life as much as humanly possible. I'm running 4 of the 1 cost Tony Chopper blockers. I mean, you can decrease how the many that you play, since we play so many blockers anyways, but it's just a good little chump blocker that you can play. Plus he's also playable off another card that we're running into the deck. So the next card that I'm running, pretty staple in this deck, and of course Zoro, is the 3 cost Tony Chopper. The on play your turn when attacking, look at the 5 cards on top of your deck and play 1 animal type character with 4,000 power or less rested. Just hits so many different cards in our deck, so it's just absolutely like one of the best cards in the deck to play for sure. So everyone that runs any kind of Zoro Chopper deck knows what this card does. So moving on, we're of course running 4 of the 3 cost 4K Tony Chopper blockers. I swing with this card all the time. It has a good effect when attacking. Dawn ×2, you can give one of your opponent's characters negative 3K power during the turn, so just really good for getting rested bodies out of the way. Moving on from that, I am playing the OP09 Tony Chopper, the Odyssey choppers. It's a good card that you can play off your book chopper, because whatever you play out is generally going to be rested. So if you play it out after your after that last swing or whatever else towards the end, gets to be active. So it's just one less body that they have to be able to swing at, which is always nice because generally they're always going to go for board as much as possible. And then I'm running 2 Robson. Had to put 2 Robson in the deck. Another character that's playable off the book chopper, but it's just also kind of nice to have some rush options in the deck. So that's why I threw him in. Moving on from that, we are of course playing another 3 cost Tony Chopper. Surprise, surprise. This is 3 costs, 4k power, 1k counter. On play, play up to one animal type character with 3000 power or less from your hand. So it's good for playing out like your 1 cost chump blocker. And then the next targets that I have that I'm going to show you is we have the new EB02, 3 cost Tony Chopper, Dawn times 2. During the opponent's turn, he'll gain 2k. And then on play, if your leader is Straw Hat type, which he is, our leader is, give a Rested Dawn to your leader or one of your characters. So just good for if you play during your turn, just be able to swing bigger numbers, especially with all of the 6k power leaders that we have coming up. Another target, so that's playable off this effect. Another character that we could play off the Tony Chopper is the Hiking Bear. 3 cost, 3k power, 2k counter, Dawn times 1 activate main, up to one of your give up to one of your animal type characters other than himself 1k power during the turn. So just being able to swing big numbers. So playing all that and then moving on to some of the higher end, if you could call it that. I'm running 3, and of course, like I said, you can change up the ratios however you think is best. But I'm running 3 of the EB02 Choppermans. Just a solid card. You can essentially play any Tony Chopper. Well, I think every single Tony Chopper other than himself. It's play one animal type character with a cost of 3 or less from your hand. So just really good. Say like you have this card, you could play Chopperman, play out this 3 cost Tony Chopper, spam out like a Hiking Bear or your other Tony Chopper, or play a Chopperman, play the Book Chopper, then be able to play something out rested. Just really great for spamming out the board. I would definitely run this at 4. I'm also running this 5 cost Law. It's just another blocker option that we have, and it has a good on-play effect. You can return one of your characters to your hand, one of your own, and play one character with a cost of 3 or less from your hand. So generally what I like to do is, if I have like a Book Chopper or something that I can swing with, I'll swing with it. And then if I don't want my opponent to swing into it, play him out. I could bounce the Book Chopper back to hand and then immediately play it out again with his effect and be able to use Book Chopper's on-play effect twice. So just really good at filling up the board really quick. And then of course if you play like the Odyssey Choppers, they'll become active so they can't swing at it. It's really solid in my opinion. So the other top end that we're playing is we're just playing 3 Hody Jones, just really good for closing out games. Has Rush on play, rest a total of 2 of your opponent's characters or Dawn cards, then add 1 card from the top of your life to your hand. Generally I just try and keep my life safe as much as possible with the jump blockers, or they'll want to swing a board. I generally will just let them KO characters because it's really easy to spam out characters. So he's really good for closing out games. And then the last 4 cards that I'm playing is, of course, the event, really standard, the Just Shut Up and Come With Us. It's a counter. Look at the top 5 cards of your deck. Play an animal type character card with a cost of 3 or less, and then place the rest at the bottom of your deck in any order. So just pretty solid. This is just what I've been having some success with. Cards that, of course, you could toss in there if you wanted to. A lot of people like to run the Diable Jambe just to make one of your characters unblockable, your Straw Hat type characters unblockable, so that's really good for close on games if you want to run that. You could also run the other event, Guard Point, just 1 cost, give your leader one of your characters 3k power during the turn. Super solid. I was running that up until recently, just been having a hard time finding deck space for everything that I want to fit in. Then of course you can switch up the ratios as much as you can. You could play another Law if you wanted to, or another Chopperman, or Odyssey. I mean, it's just really up to you. Or, if you don't really have all the 2k counters that you feel like you need, you can run the Super Spot Build Duck Troops. Just another 2k counter that's also playable off your Tony Chopper. So a lot of options out there. So hopefully you find this info helpful. And if there's something that you'd rather see besides Nami, because I get it, I can definitely throw Namis in if I felt like it. you know, feel free to let me know. So, thank you.